Hi there, this is Pete Howard, Director of Concert Posters for Heritage Auctions. And here it is, the large advertising version of the Monterey Pop, the famous concert poster for that famous weekend in 1967. This is the only one Heritage is being able to offer this whole year. It really is that scarce. The smaller version, which is graded by CGC sometimes, we get those all the time. And they're important. They're great little posters. They were sold at the show, but this big advertising version, which was not, of course, sold, it just used to be, put up around town and around the coast up there in California to get people to Monterey Pop. We get it in very infrequently. And the whole thing is, since most of them were used to get, people to Monterey Pop, when we get them in, we have to really strain to pull a VG, very good condition out of it, because they just, they're just like hammered around the edges and quite often have, tape residue and pinholes and all that stuff. They're still great to have. A large Monterey Pop in any condition is great to have. But this one, wow, near mint minus. Beautiful shape, wonderful. And the reason it's not graded by CGC is because they don't grade things this big. It's simply too tall for their biggest poster holder. So, but really a compelling image. People around Heritage see it. They see all these posters I'm blogging today and they say, I like that one. I would like to have that one if I could. And we can credit Tom Wilkes for his sublime design on the silver foil background. It's just really, really a gripping, compelling piece. What's interesting about Monterey Pops, Heritage works with Chameleon Restoration, world-class poster, paper, restoration people. And they have told us this is the one concert poster that they can't touch. The silver surface, call it foil, call it silver, whatever, don't know the exact term, just cannot be messed with. It can't be restored and repaired and made to look right. It just looks terrible. So that's interesting to think. Almost any concert poster is repairable to some degree or restorable, but not Monterey Pops. Now, of course, somewhere, probably somebody would give it a shot, but we trust Chameleon so much that if they say it's difficult and always looks funky afterwards, we'll take their word for it. So you got to take the condition you get, and near mint minus is just a beautiful condition for this large size poster, and that, of course, repairing thing is true for the small one as well. So the dates are right there in the poster. Boy, June 16 through 18 of 1967, my favorite weekend in the history of rock. If right now in 2025, I could go back in time and attend any Friday through Sunday series of concerts or shows, it would be Monterey Pop. More than Woodstock 2 years later. Just, such an important weekend. Means so much to me that I went to Monterey and attended the 50th anniversary they held in 2017 and just basked to the vibes and, fortunately the venue is exactly the same as it was in '67. The only holdover musician they had, I should pause and let you guess and then tell you at the end of the video, but no, Eric Burden was the one who showed up from the original '67, who showed up in 2017. And of course, yes, he did the song Monterey, but that was a pretty neat time. So, and if you want to know what's going on, what happened that weekend, there's of course a famous movie done by D.A. Pennebaker of Monterey Pop, and the DVD sets, and probably available other methods now as well, streaming, whatever. The outtakes are just amazing and wonderful. You get things like a full Quicksilver Messenger Service song, pro shot, pro sound. You're just sitting there saying, OMG, this is what Quicksilver looked like. There's so little video. They never did TV shows or anything. So anyway, the movie and the outtakes, the extra footage, absolutely marvelous and wonderful and enjoyable by, every age. It's interesting, my daughter lives in Monterey with her fiance, and I was visiting a few months ago and I teased a little bit and said, where my favorite rock concert in history took place? And they're going, London, Dad, New York? And I said, no, right here in your backyard in Monterey. So what did they do? They looked up the streaming and we all watched it together sitting on their apartment couch. That was really a fun moment for a dad. But it's timeless. Monterey Pop is just timeless. It's just wonderful. And, you know, as far as the stars of that weekend, too many to put on a poster. I think Wilkes was smart to leave off the musicians' names and, you know, just let the ethos of the festival be advertised. And of course, there are a lot of band names and stuff probably changed around down to the last minute, but you know the list. How about the first ever American concert by the Jimi Hendrix Experience? That's right, that was Monterey Pop. And then career-defining moments for, you know, Janis with Big Brother and the Holding Company, and Otis Redding, and The Who just absolutely, you know, set all those acts on fire. And all the other people who played, the Grateful Dead and Jefferson Airplane and Buffalo Springfield, Mamas and Papas, it just, Simon and Garfunkel, it just goes on and on. So, but you know that. You know that if you're watching this video, and I hope you have good luck if you take a shot at this poster. It'll be auctioned on Friday, November 7th. Now that's not Saturday, that's Friday. We're combining, you know, the Friday and Saturday concert poster auctions down into one longer Friday one to see how it works. We have plenty of stuff still, but just to see how it works. So it's Friday, November 7th. You can have the weekend off and do whatever you want Saturday and Sunday. And it starts at 12 noon Central Time because we're based in Dallas. So 12 noon Dallas time, 10 a.m. on the West Coast, and 1 p.m. on the East Coast. And to check it out, just go to ha.com/7421.